everyone. Welcome to the classroom of power grid dispatching operation. Line operation is a very frequent and important task. When problems will occur during the operation of line outage, what do we need to pay attention to? Next, let's learn together. I will introduce 7 aspects: prevention of misoperation, adjustment of relevant protection and automatic control devices, power flow adjustment, line charging, newly built or reconstructed lines, and safety measures for installation and disassembling. Firstly, let's take a look at the following 4 aspects that need to be noted in order to prevent misoperation. First, the operation sequence of power outage on the line. Open the switch at the power receiving end first. Then open the switch at the power transmitting end. And the order is reversed when resuming power transmission. Second, the operation switch and switching sequence for power outage on the line. Step 1. Open the switch. Step 2. Open the load side knife switch. Step 3. Open the power supply side knife switch. The power transmission operation should be carried out in the opposite order to the above, strictly preventing the opening and the closing of the knife switch on the load. Third, when operating the third over tube bus connection method. In the case of a power outage with a line side switch, open the 2 switches on that side. Then open the line side switch after power verification. Close the line side grounding switch, and then restore the operation of the string switch closing loop before closing the switch. Put in short lead protection and exit the line protection when transmitting power to the line. First, open the line side grounding switch. Then open the 2 switches on that side. Close the line side switch. Put in line protection. Exit short lead protection and close the 2 switches. Fourth, the power outage operation of the line should be considered whether there is a T-connected load on the line to prevent power outages or grounding accidents caused by inadequate consideration, adjustment of related protection and automatic control devices. First, the impact on communication, remote control, relay protection, and safety automatic devices should be considered during power outage operations on the line. The second point, when power is cut off on the line, the relay protection and safety automatic devices must be carried out in accordance with the relevant operating regulations formulated by the relevant departments. The third point, the method of Reclosing the transmission line should be implemented in accordance with the relevant operating regulations of the Relay Protection Department. The general requirements are as follows. Reclosing the transmission line above 220 kV. Normal single-phase reclosing method. For 110 kV and below interconnection line reclosing using power flow adjustment. Based on the principle of zero voltage verification. Firstly, during the power outage operation of the line, if it's necessary to disconnect the loop, follow the operation regulations for loop connection and disconnection. The second point, when the power supply in the arc suppression coil compensation system stops, the adjustment of the arc suppression coil compensation degree should be considered to prevent the occurrence of a fully compensated operating state. The third point, when a power outage occurs, attention should be paid to adjusting the transmission power of the relevant lines to not exceed the specified stability limit. Attention should be paid when charging the circuit. The charging switch should have at least one complete set of relay protection. When charging the line with a small power source, the sensitivity of the relay protection should also be considered. The second point, prevent stable damage to charging lines caused by faults. The third point, the charging end should have a transformer neutral point directly grounded. The fourth point, the impact of line charging power on system and line and voltage rise should be considered, and the fluctuation of line voltage should be minimized as much as possible. Point 5. Raise the terminal voltage of the no-load line within the allowable value to prevent the terminal voltage from increasing beyond the allowable voltage value of the equipment. Point 6. Prevent self-excitation of the generator during no-load line charging. Point 7. When charging a line, it should generally be charged away from the large capacity generator end, away from the load sender end, and away from the important load end, in parallel or in a closed loop on the opposite side. Attention should be paid to newly constructed or renovated lines before they are put into operation. First, protection input, reclosing exit. Second, newly built lines should undergo 3-4 voltage surges, and reconstructed lines with a length greater than 50% of the original line should also undergo 3 surges. the entire cable line should be put into operation without any surges. Third, determine phase synchronization in terms of installation and dismantling safety measures. Regulations on the installation of safety measures for power outages on power lines. After the power outage of the line, it's necessary to confirm the relevant switch on each side of the line and ensure that it's in the disconnected position. Before transferring the line to the maintenance plant, the station must verify the line and ensure that there is no voltage before pushing on the grounding switch or hanging the grounding wire. Only after all safety measures are installed and dismantled can the work permit procedures be proceeded. Regulations on safety measures for demolition of power transmission lines. After the completion of all line work, safety measures should be taken on each side of the line. No side is allowed until all are removed, and hot standby should be restored first. In the future, we should pay special attention to the above issues. In our work, that's all for this lesson. Thank you.